Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach. Today we are having kind of a tough time, but we now have multiple mechs that are capable of dealing multiple damage to multiple spaces. There's a lot of damage output, theoretically. We just have to actually land it all. So I think with this, we're probably okay to go to Pinnacle. I don't really want to have to deal with burrowers, so we're going to Pinnacle, where there are no burrowers. That is actually the entire decision right there. Where are the burrowers? Let's go everywhere else. So, defend the robots. It's not really my thing, defense, but I guess we'll figure it out. So that's a lot of enemies that are very dangerous. How are you going to start with 5 enemies on the table? Cold-blooded, man. Well, we're probably not going to be able to manipulate their targeting too much. I actually really don't like having to place my Scarab on sort of the center cross of spaces. There's a significant chance that he's going to end up being too close to whatever we want him to fire on. Alright, well, at least some of them are going to freeze themselves. Some of them can be coerced into being frozen. Okay, that is a really bad start. It shows the robots acting on the 1 and 2, but that's not right. The robots definitely act after the enemies, don't they? Pretty sure. Anyway. We can get a kill or two here. We could push this guy back onto that ice. We can't kill this guy, but we can push him. This is very annoying. So I can't get the shot I need. I'm pretty sure that shooting this guy with the Techno Scarab would actually push you into the water anyway, so that's probably not a real play. In fact, there's no way to save this robot? Is that right? It seems like that might be the case. Okay, no, I could do this. Right, that pushes this guy to this space. And then, nope, that actually does not save the robot at all. Because that makes it impossible for me to get rid of the Techno Scarab. Because I can't do enough damage to just outright kill him. Okay, how about... Nope, because this space is water, we cannot use our new boosters to solve the problem by jumping here. That wouldn't solve the problem anyway. This is really bad. I can't do a shot to here to push this guy out this way. If I push him up, he's just going to die from the water. Alright, what if I break some stuff up here? Part of the problem we're having is that it's very, very close quarters. Okay, hold on. I could, in fact, kill the Alpha Scorpion by pushing the other Scorpion to this space, because we'll do 3 damage on the hit, plus 1 on the push, and then the normal Scorpion attacks first. So if I do this thing that I was talking about earlier, and then we have the Hornet, I'm going to have the Hornet come here so that we can do a little damage to this ice. There we go. That saves that robot. The other robot's not actually in any danger. This thing is now taking a hit from a friendly. So now the question is, do I want to ice this Alpha Beetle? I think so, right? Pretty sure. We don't block any spawns this way, and we only get 1 enemy kill, so there's going to be a ton of enemies on this next turn as well. Yeah, see, the robots act after all the enemies. The action order was just a straight-up lie. I guess they act before the enemies during this phase of the turn, but they don't act at all during the phase of the turn that the attack order is actually telling you about. You know, the one that matters. Okay, so... here we probably want to use the boosters to get out. I could very easily use the boosters to push this guy free by landing here, but I don't really want to have to free my Techno Beetle afterward. We could... I think here, this is a real problem. That's a real problem that's immediately solved by that booster jump, though. Remember, though, if we leave this space, then this Firefly is killing the Mine Bot. So actually, we have to be pretty careful about this. I could just sit here. Right, it's only 2 damage. We could just eat the 2 damage. But this has to get dealt with. All 3 of these have to get dealt with. And that immediately is no longer true after the boost jump. Yeah, alright, I'm going to do it. And look at how much that cleans things up. Wait, it kind of looks like that guy's just standing on water. I guess it's an ice tile with 0 damage on it, but it doesn't have the ice coloration underneath him. So this guy's going to squash that guy. We have to deal with this, but I think that's probably pretty doable. In fact, we can just do damage, right? We now have the damage to actually kill enemies occasionally. And you... I just have him kill this scorpion, I guess. Puts him in a nice central location. Yeah, man. This Hornet is not a very impressive unit to begin with, but you get these 2 upgrades on it, and all of a sudden it's a total monster. So that first island is always going to be really rough. Okay, it looks to me like we don't actually have to work very hard to make this turn work. Alright, welcome back. Yeah, this turned out really well. I thought we were extremely screwed on that first turn. But it has gone alright. Oh, that is a bad place for you to be. Okay, never mind. This Vec has no interest in you at all. So we can lock this up as a kill for just about anybody. And we'll give it to the Scarab, I think. Okay. Yeah, it's weird that the robots act after enemy spawns. They act before all of the enemies, but only on the after spawn movement turn, which makes the attack order there kind of unclear. Alright, another reactor. Definitely has to be for this guy. We will probably lose access to the boosters for a little while, because then I think the next time we get a reactor, we're probably taking the damage. I don't know, the boosters were really helpful there, though. Yeah, I don't know. Kill at least 7 enemies, protect the coal plant. You know, killing at least 7 enemies with the ice storm around is not super easy. I do want the double reputation reward, but actually we can't get them both anyway, right? Yeah, if we go for both of them, we'll run out of island before that happens. So I guess the question is the extra power here better than the fact that we probably won't take any damage on frozen plains? God, I wish I could see what these two missions were. Yeah, let's go for it. I think we need all the rewards we can get. We just have to not let too many enemies get frozen. Oh my god, all the alphas. This is... Once again, there's 5 enemies showing already, and 3 of them are alphas. So we can't affect targeting too much. If I do this, we might be able to get one of the alpha hornets to come here, so we can just move out of his way. Okay, that's useful. Oh wow, that's beautiful. That's perfect. So we don't really have that much to worry about this turn. Oh, this is so good. Look at this. That's beautiful. I've never seen anything more perfect in my entire life. Unfortunately, the Technoscarab doesn't get to fight either of these guys very well. He can just kill off the Firefly. That's fine. And all those buildings get frozen over, which is very useful. That was a lucky first turn. Things lined up really well for us there. Okay, that's a problem. That guy probably needs to not be in that space because I really don't need him getting frozen. Fortunately, we can push him out pretty easily. And I mean, we can kind of just ignore this guy, right? I'm thinking I do this, it'll unfreeze the building, which will immediately refreeze. And I could just finish you off? Is that better than putting damage on him? Probably. Fewer is better. I guess I should probably have done that from here. Done the shot there and there, because now I'm a little further from the center than I need to be. I won't be able to get into these columns if I need to. Oh my god, the alphas. So we can start letting some stuff get frozen now. We only actually have to get 2 more kills. What do we want to do here? It's pretty easy to push this Alpha Hornet into the Ice Storm. So I think what I do is kill you. Soften you up for a kill next turn. And push you into the ice. So this guy is target number 7, or maybe something that comes up on this turn. Yeah, alright, I think we're going to be able to do this. Of course, it goes without saying that every enemy that's alive is an alpha. Huh. This is actually kind of awkward. So the Techno Beetle doesn't actually have a contribution here. As it stands right now, I don't see how I prevent this attack. And obviously I have to prevent that attack or I lose. Actually, never mind. This shot is absolutely perfect and completely saves us in every way. God, that's good. And then here's the kill. Okay, we got there. Yeah, that attack and the push that it does were exactly the right shape in that situation. Come on, something cool. All pilots survive death. Well, it's a reputation at the end of the island. That's something. And with this core, I don't think it makes any sense to do anything other than put it on the Techno Beetle. So the question is, do I want to drop the boosters for the extra damage? And then get it back next time we get reactors. I think the answer is yes. The boosters are cool and everything, but the damage is considerable. Defend both robot factories. That feels pretty doable. So, just looking for mountains here. So we probably want to do this as our other mission, just because it has the highest. It has the most mountains, so it has the highest chance of having an extra FTL pod. Yeah, I think we better do this. So it's nice that the factories are close together. That will make it a little easier. Let's see. As far as messing with enemy targeting goes, I think this might bait the Alpha Hornet. I don't want to bait the Alpha Hornet to this attack, so we'll settle this guy back a space. Ah, that's a shame. I thought he was coming up to attack us. Okay, that worked. Oh good, extra robots. Just what everybody always needed. Well, that does allow us to kill the Alpha Hornet in one hit, actually. They're pushing him in there. Let's see. I have to deal with you and you and you. Which unfortunately means we can't kill the Alpha Hornet. I have too many other things to do. Well, I think our beetle takes out this beetle. It's pretty easy from there. You get to kill this guy while blocking a spawn. And then... Alright, some water for us to play with. Probably will be helpful. Okay. So we can do this shot to take out both of the robots. Our beetle actually gets to finish off the other beetle here. There's no version of this where I get to set him on fire, right? Because, yeah, we need the push. I'm a little worried about the fact that we're going to have 4 enemies on this coming turn. And probably at least that many on the turn after that. Oh, and a robot. Incoming robot. And of course, all 4 of the enemies are alphas. Okay. Wow. This is actually not totally preventable, is it? No, it is not. Can we do some attack order shenanigans? Not really. Now, the enemies are all too far away from each other. So... yeah, so we take 2 damage. It's pretty disastrous, actually. The fact that spawns are not getting blocked is a big part of this. Just killing Vec is not good enough. Yeah, I don't see a way of preventing the damage. I guess the Techno Beetle has to kill this guy because he actually can't get a charge off here because of the smoke. So there's not really anything to consider there. And then here it's just which one of these guys do I want to have slightly less health. I guess the Scorpion is technically the worst one because the web could be very inconvenient sometimes. And I don't actually have to push him. Is there a reason that one version or the other is better? I guess technically pushing him is better because if we get the grid defense proc and this survives the Alpha Firefly hit, then we actually won't lose the buildings. But yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance we lose here. Because there's now 5 active enemies. How do we deal with this? If I move here and fire like this... Hold on, what's attack order? Okay. Yeah, if I move here and fire like this, it actually stops all 3 of these attacks. And then we shoot through this guy so that he dies when the robot shoots him. Okay. And so we go forth with a single point of power toward what I'm assuming will be our bitter end. We have one more mission before the final, right? Yeah, okay. So obviously we have to do one that involves gaining power. Take less than 3 grid damage. Well, if we complete the mission, I suspect we will do that. No cracked mountains. Well, a man can hope, you know? We have no idea what's spawning. We have no idea what's breaking out of the ice, rather. So we will just... we'll just have to guess here. Okay, a pod is useful. Okay, it's an easy start. So, what's the best way of doing it? I guess it's not very complicated. Actually, I should do this charge from here. Put a little bit of smoke adjacent to a building. So yeah, a couple things are going to break out of the ice every turn, and we just have to kill them. This is actually usually a pretty easy mission. Now I'm just getting very moderately fancy. Alright, so we get a power here, which means we get to go into the final battle of the island with 2 power. An advantage that I can hardly imagine the value of. Oh, 48, man. Well, so it goes. I might be able to get them both leveled up in the final. Everything is operating at peak efficiency. Come on, something cool. Just a core. Alright, well... we get to turn our boosters back on. The Scorpion Leader is a big pain. Big, big pain. In case you don't remember, he webs up all of the spaces adjacent to him and does 2 damage to them. And unfortunately, he has 7 health. Would have been a much larger problem for us earlier in the game. Now that we all deal 3 with our attacks, it's certainly more manageable. So if we give him an opportunity to attack 2 targets, he will probably take it. I'm hoping to draw him here so that we can get a nice clean pushback, get some good damage on him, and remove him with a minimum of effort. You have 5 moves, so actually I'm going to put this here in the hopes that we can get the Hornet to attack like this. We just move out of the way. It turns out that manipulating enemy targeting at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the match is super important. Oh my god, this could not really be better. That's a little inconvenient. Because now, like, this is bad. It does a damage to our... I mean, maybe it's fine, I guess. It does a damage to our guy, but... we probably want to do this. Let's get rid of you. Right, I don't have a better play, I don't think. Well, like I said, we'll push you back. And yeah, we'll just do a damage to our Firefly. Or to our Hornet. I think it's probably fine. Once again, we must be wary of doing enough damage to kill the enemies while not blocking spawns. It's not actually that helpful. You gotta find a way to do both. Or you have to be killing more than 3 enemies per turn. Okay, that guy does not... not really into, like, new tactics. It's not really his deal. Okay, well... they've given me the opportunity to deal with more than 1 attack per turn, or per action. But unfortunately, we can't block spawns, so... what am I going to do here? So we could smoke this guy and charge this guy out. We could smoke this guy, charge that, smoke, do it the other way. But unfortunately, none of that lets us block spawns. But I just don't think there is a way to block any spawns on this one. This is very awkward. So we can use the artillery... oh, we cannot. I was going to say we could use the artillery to kill this guy. But it appears to be false. It appears to not be the case. Which is actually a big problem. Okay, we can move the artillery to here and push him off at least. But pushing him off without killing him means we're going to have 6 enemies to deal with next turn. God, this is bad. Man, I wish there was a way to stop this guy from charging, so that pushing him down would mean that he actually blocked that spawn instead of just running off of it. Trying to look for opportunities to use the boosters. It's just like... nothing. The Techno Beetle has to do a charge. Because he's the only one of us who can actually stop 2 of these attacks. Oh, hey, I can block a spawn. Smoking that guy so that he no longer is charging allows us to put him here and keep him here. So we don't get any kills this turn, but we do soften up 2 of the enemies considerably. And we get a spawn block, so we only have to deal with 5 enemies with our 3 attacks. Also, the geography of this island may never recover. Alright. Only 3 of the Vec are actually attacking things that matter. So if we use artillery to free... Oof. This is bad. If we use artillery to free our Techno Hornet, the Hornet can... Yeah, the Hornet can make it down here to push this guy off. And then we cannot stop... I can go here, charge that guy lethally, and smoke this guy, I guess. It's really our only play. And it does keep everything running. Okay. 4 enemies on the final turn, 2 of which are pretty lit up. Okay, and one of which is not an alpha. That's very helpful. Okay. How do we do this? This guy's only dealing 1 damage. So the Techno Scarab right here can absorb his shot and fire here to push this guy up. So what we need to do is get this guy out of the way. Do that. So we'll get a little bit of XP from this, which is going to be enough to max out our last pilot. And you can do that. Okay. Alright, we got there. I'm not going to lie to you and say that this is not a completely dire situation still, but we did alright on this island. I don't think we'll really gain much from going to a 4th island. We're pretty much hitting our power cap here. Ah, it's beautiful. Those are real good skills. Oh, missile barrage, huh? So we don't really need more reactors for the stuff that we're currently operating. We could take missile barrage, trade in our extra thing we're not using, and buy 2 reactors to operate it plus 3 power. This is a pretty cool item. I'm really sad that I never got a chance to make anything of this. I'm over here talking like we've already won. Let's maybe slow down a little bit, SB. Alright, so who is the one who's most likely to have an extra turn to use this? It's hard for me to believe that I'll ever want to do anything with the Techno Hornet other than its incredibly terrifying attack, but we have seen the explosive goo disable 3 enemies at a time more than once. So I think I'm going to put this on you for now. I mean, for now. Forever. This is the last thing. Because obviously, We're going to Final Island. I do not have great confidence in us here. We rolled really well on our pilots. We have what I think is some reasonably good gear. But I think I've screwed up too many times. We're probably like a reactor or two and 2 power behind where we ought to be. And I think it's going to cost us a lot. So if this guy has 3 move, yeah, if we give him the opportunity to run up here and harass us, he might not bother the power structures wherever they are. And we'll try to give the Alpha Hornet something to be upset about as well. We have to take very minimal power damage during this first phase. Oh, come on. Run right up here. You know you want to. Ah. That sucks. And there's nothing we could have done about it either, which hurts even more. Okay. We can kill this guy. Right? We have a ton of damage. So let's see. Techno Hornet to here. Use a charge to push him onto this space, and then Hornet strike through to here, killing all of that stuff. That's certainly an option. That does leave us then with 2 damage that we can't prevent, right? We could take care of the Alpha Hornet, but we could not stop this guy. It's probably better to push this guy up, actually, because he is attacking first. So he would not only not do any damage, but he would kill the Alpha Hornet. So then how do we turn that into us getting the rest of these guys? Well, I could push him up with the Techno Hornet. We could, like, Scarab Shot here, or here, these 2 spaces. So this breaks, this guy takes a damage, this guy goes in the water. Then the Techno Beetle can finish off the Digger, and... Yep. Yep, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to do things slightly differently because of the fact that the Scarab Shot is going to push in the other direction as well. But that's okay. We can block the spawner on C2 with our Hornet and push from there. It'll be fine. I guess it doesn't really matter where we execute the charge from. There's no sense in having smoke here. Oh, there's no sense in having smoke here either. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Okay, that's a pretty good turn. So we're going to end up with only 3 enemies on this next turn, which means we might be able to get ahead of pace a little bit. Unfortunately, our Scarab is locked in the corner now. Okay, that's awesome. So we can kill this guy with just about anybody. Except for you. In fact, the Techno Scarab can't do anything this turn. Well, I guess it's a good thing we don't really need it to. Trying to figure out if it's better for this guy to be killed by the Beetle or the Hornet. I don't think it matters. I suppose it's slightly better to do this. Oh no, I was going to say so that we leave smoke adjacent to a power pylon, but actually that smoke probably won't be left there, right? Because of the way that fire and smoke interact. Yeah, well, gotta do something. Oh, see, here's something he can do. He can finish this job. Is it better for me to move? Because I really am in a bad place. Yeah, you gotta take kills where we can get them. Especially since we're about to have 4 spawns. I suppose I should actually do this from a more central location. Alright. We actually managed to clear the table. You know, I think fire... Vec usually won't stand on fire. This might be helpful here. Oh, a blob shooter is actually really bad for us. We're never going to have time to kill this blob shooter. Okay, so I don't care about this at all. We can move the Techno Beetle back to here somewhere, get a good charge off that also blocks a spawn. The Hornet can just solve this problem, and the Techno Scarab can just kill this guy. Yeah. Actually, the Hornet can solve this problem from anywhere, though, because this is totally a missile barrageable problem, which will kill this guy. And we'll put both of these at 3 health so that we can kill them more easily later. So you do need to get out of the way of the charge. I'm going to charge through the fire, but not actually be in the fire. It's remarkable how much work we can get done from this space. Alright, so we only get one more spawn. It kind of looks like we might get down into the bottom with 5 power, which is not a bad place to be. I'm excited about the prospect. Alright, come on, move it. Yes, well, I guess you moving on to fire doesn't actually help me. This does, and this guy fired his blob in a place that doesn't matter. That's actually pretty good. That's really good. Now, unfortunately, we can't move. So you're on fire. So 3 damage will thrill you. Sorry, guys. Just remembering something. Actually, all we have to do is back up and charge this guy and we're good. Because this guy's going to get blown up before his attack goes off. And even if he wasn't, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I think we're cool, right? Because this guy will burn to death. This thing doesn't do any damage. Yeah, alright. I suppose I could take the liberty. You know what? We'll just let things unfold as they should. Ah, nature. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, that was really good. That went really well. So now, I think we have the tools to get through this. I was mostly worried about attrition there, losing too much in the first half to survive the second half. But the way things have gone, I have high hopes. We got a beetle leader down here, which is a little bit non-ideal. But honestly, this squad, once upgraded, makes mincemeat out of leaders of all kinds. Okay, that was a weirdly long delay. Alright, so let's hope we can block a couple of spawns productively this turn. That would be very, very helpful. That's a very annoying thing for you to have done. Well, it's not ideal. Let's see. We can very easily kill this guy. This is not a particular problem. Although, actually, the fact that there's a falling rock space here makes it a little bit more of an issue than it might otherwise be. The Techno Hornet can kill these two at the cost of 1 grid defense. Right, if we back up and take this shot, we leave them both quite low. And then the Techno Hornet can stand in the space where the grid thing is now, and attack to here, which will do 1 damage to our grid by pushing this guy into it. But it does kill 2 of the most dangerous enemies. Unfortunately, it also leaves us with 2 other enemies still attacking power stuff and only 1 of us to stop them, so maybe that's not the best idea. We can actually let this attack happen. That's a possibility. It sure would be great if we could fire an artillery shot to these 2 spaces, but unfortunately that would require our Techno Scarab to have 4 extra move, or to, like, be able to fly. A flying Techno Scarab would be really great, actually, in a lot of ways. Let's see, I could block this spawn, push this guy off. Or I can block this spawn and push this guy off. I could block this spawn and shoot all the way through this guy to break this rock. I don't think that helps. We're not going to be able to find two more damage for him. If we shoot an artillery shot to here, that actually deals with both of these guys. But we don't have a way of stopping the Alpha Digger then. Okay, I can stop the Alpha Digger like this. And the Techno Beetle can move to here and then booster jump onto this spawner. That actually gives us really good coverage. Right, so you get on the rock. Yeah, that's not bad. We get to block 2 of the spawns, and then those 2 spawns will be eaten by tentacles next turn, and we're down to just... I mean, we end up with 4 high-health, extremely dangerous enemies next turn, but one problem at a time, I guess. You know, all the fire on the ground is actually really helpful. It's way better for me than it is for them. And we probably won't get any... Yeah, we didn't get any additional spawns. No, we got 1. On the whole, this is pretty good. So... if we push this guy in... We could damage this Scorpion considerably with the Techno Hornet, and then just let the Firefly's shot finish him off. We don't have to worry about this guy. We can kill you by firing to here. That's really good. All 3 of the tentacle spaces are doing a tremendous amount of work for us here. We can smoke this a little bit. Fire to exactly here. So, not only does the Firefly kill the Scorpion, the Firefly is then killed by the spawn attempt. This puts us in a fantastic spot. Like, I think almost guaranteed to be victorious from here type spot. But some stuff would have to go hugely comically wrong at this point. Which is not to say that it cannot happen. Let me be perfectly clear about that. Okay, we block spawn and shoot like this. That's not good. If I move to this fire, I can do the shot without pushing the Renfield bomb into a fire, but unfortunately that means I don't get to block that spawn. Well, no it doesn't. I could block the spawn by charging it. Yeah, okay. Can I be on fire in smoke? Will the smoke... I know that fire cancels smoke if the fire hits the smoke after it's placed. What happens in this interaction? Okay, the fire on the space goes out, but my unit is still on fire, which seems kind of crazy to me. But now we only have 2 enemies to deal with on the final turn. I was pessimistic about this run a lot during many points of the run. I would even go so far as to say most of it. But I do believe we've done it. They actually can't do enough damage. And they don't even get to do all the damage they want to do. Is there a play that actually lets me kill this guy? There we go. And he misses and would die during spawning, except the game's over. Well, alright, I feel pretty good about that. You know, whenever you play this squad, from the numbers it seems to me, that you're going to have a bad game for the first island or 2, and then once you start getting online, you know, everybody's dealing 3 damage, you're hitting multiple spaces all the time, you're going to stage a comeback. I guess that the squad just has a lot of built-in drama, and we fell right into it. Honestly, though, I feel really great about that, and I think that makes a really great capstone run to the series. So, thanks to the valiant efforts of Zakran, Taxitzel, and Kixlotl. You know, those guys. And also, viewers like you. For real, thank you all so much for watching. I would never have even done this series if people hadn't gone absolutely crazy for it on the Let's Look At thing that I did. So, that's not what I call them. Whatever it is. So thank you all for getting me to play this on the channel. I had a tremendous time. I hope that you all did as well. Come back next time, tomorrow, for some new weird stuff. I don't even know what yet. And we'll see you then.